Hello everyone, welcome to this video. My name is Tinash and I'm glad to be giving you these predictions. Give me a moment. Yes, we are here. We are here. Okay, so hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. I'm Leslie Chingosho and today we're kicking off with our long-awaited EFL Championship season predictions, starting with the bottom 8 teams from 24th up to 27th. Now we are already past match day 1, so yes, these predictions are arriving a little later than usual. First of all, please forgive the lighting. I'm in a remote location, so please forgive the lighting. Don't mind it much. Let not it be a distraction. But there's a good reason for these predictions arriving a little later than usual. The championship is without a doubt one of the toughest leagues in the world to predict. Some would even argue it's harder to predict than the Premier League itself. The unpredictability, the volatility, the sheer madness is what makes this league so special. So I've decided to wait until after the first round of fixtures to get a better sense of team form, squad cohesion, and transfer movements. We needed that context to make these predictions as fair and as realistic as possible. So without further ado, predicting to finish bottom and be relegated is Sheffield Wednesday. I predict they'll finish 24th. Things look very bleak at Hillsborough right now. Sheffield Wednesday are in complete disarray both on and off the pitch. The club has been struggling to pay its players, resulting in contract voids and major departures from the first team squad. Sheffield Wednesday manager Danny Rowe has left and came in Henrik Pedersen, but he faces a massive uphill battle. They've been hit with a registration embargo, and the few players left are lacking championship quality and depth. The preseason was chaotic to say the least, and you just fear for Wednesday in this moment. You know them, the history, the big club in English football, and the only glimmer of hope is that Barry Bannan, who has committed to a new deal. And let's be honest, he can't carry this team through 46 grueling championship fixtures alone. There's also a looming threat of a points deduction. All signs point towards a tough, perhaps even inevitable relegation campaign. Fans are already looking beyond survival, hoping for a change in ownership to bring long-term hope back to the club. So hence why I'm predicting them to get relegated with a whimper. I think Wednesday things are not looking good and relegation awaits. And 23rd place, I think, would have to be Oxford United. Oxford stand everyone by staying up last season, and what that survival was well earned. Many suspect that lightning won't strike twice. The summer has been quite perhaps too quiet, and the squad lacks depth, especially with key man Kieron Brown starting the season injured. Gary Rowett, in his first full season in charge, faces a real challenge to avoid the dreaded second season syndrome. And there's a grounded sense of realism among fans. Oxford know that the championship is a grind, and this year looks even more competitive. So unless they pull off some smart business before the window shuts or find hidden gems within the squad, they could be in for a tough campaign. So as we saw on the weekend, Oxford, I believe Oxford. Let me. I think Oxford United, they they lost to Portsmouth at home in the first match day.
Vinny Lauren connection. They think that Keanu likes Zach even though they're competing against him, and they don't quite yet see that Keanu is linked to Vinny Lauren. Mickey also feels like Zach should still be better at competitions, even though he hasn't performed quite as well yet, and would be harder to beat in a final two, which, again, Mickey talks about way too much, like who I can beat in the final two, and never talks about the first